If they win, they'll receive a bid to the 2023 Connie Mack 18-Year World Series in Farmington, New Mexico. So I guess the only point to say now is to quote Major League's Jake Taylor, who said, I guess the only thing we have to do is to win the whole thing. And the fans are starting to pile in already. The teams are on the field warming up. It's going to be loud. It's going to be excitement. It's playoff football here in Webb City. Being able to have the type of career that you did and say like, hey, you know what, it is possible for you to do great things even though you come from a small town.
Yeah, I would tell a kid from a small town, like you said, it is possible.
I think it's safe to say the Gorillas gave Kansas a scare in that first half that maybe they weren't expecting. And I think they may have also sent a message to the rest of the MIAA conference that despite having a bunch of new faces and a new coach, they're going to come ready to play every game. Tonight is set up for some great fun, and we should get our great first look at just what this Missouri Southern Lion team can do. And fans should get their great first look at what fans should expect to see this upcoming season. Welcome back, NFL. The NFL season is back and kicks off tonight here at Arrowhead Stadium, where the Kansas City Chiefs host the Detroit Lions. Sundays are great for a lot of reasons. One of those is baseball, whether you're at a game or watching it on TV. Another reason is you can get a lot of spring cleaning done, kind of like what the Pitt State Gorillas did to Missouri Western this weekend when they literally swept them all the way back to St. Joseph's. And I just have one question to say. Pitt State, how do you feel about playing on Championship Sunday? They dominate Missouri Western to advance to the MIAA Tournament Championship game for the first time in 8 years. Let's talk about those hands, man, because it seemed like there were multiple games this season. It seemed like almost every single week, whether a pass was too high, too far in front of you, you stuck out that big right paw and you brought in that pass. Is that something you've worked on over the course of your football career, is just having great hands?
Growing up, playing catch with my dad a whole bunch, it's just brought me to a whole nother level. When I was really young, he really got upset with me catching with my body all the time. So he just took the ball and threw it as hard as he can right at my chest. I caught it, but it knocked the wind out of me, so I ran in the house crying, and from then on I've just, caught the ball with my hands a lot better.
Who do you feel like, in regards to either tight ends that have played in past times or even now, do you feel like your game really kind of compares with?
I would say growing up, I really was a fan of watching Jimmy Graham. He was really just a go up and get it basketball type tight end. I loved watching him dunk the ball in the end zone.
I've seen your parents at a lot of your Pitt State games, coming all the way down from Minnesota. How have they really been just your biggest supporters throughout this whole process?
Ever since I was a kid, they've always been there for me, whether that's bringing me to football camps across the country, my dad tossing the ball around to me. He's really made me into the football player I am today, and my mom's really made me into the man I really am today.
From no offer coming out of high school to JUCO to walk on to being a two-time AP All-American, looking back now, would you do it all over again?
For sure, man. It's just crazy because I knew this is something like I could always do. It's just now coming into fruition and being able to show everybody else, this is who I am. I'm that type of player, and just doing it for this team and this organization it's meant a lot to me because they believed in me when nobody else really did, and winning a whole bunch of games here it's always been the goal, and I know this team will continue to do that, and I believe I left a good mark on the school.
If you were able to hear your name drafted or to get that phone call saying you're invited to training camp, just what is that first reaction? What is that first feeling going to be like?
I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I think I'd be at a loss for words, really. I think I would just be stuck there for like 5 minutes, just like, wow, And I think what's really going to put me into like a complete shock is putting on a team's helmet for the first time. I don't know. I've always dreamed about, as a little kid, having those team helmets, you throwing them on and running around playing football. So it's all going to be surreal, but I'm excited for it.
Jeremy Shaw gets a clear lane to the rim, takes flight, and throws down the slam dunk. Count the foul. Gorillas now lead 79-70. Tied at 41. Sampson hands the ball off to Thaddeus Ashley. Gets it outside, jumps over defender. He's in. That's a game-winning touchdown. The Lions pull off a massive upset in dramatic fashion with a 47-41 victory over the Griffins. Gabe Johnson, what is your profession? Well, folks, it's this right here, speed and touchdowns. Johnson sprints away from the Tigers defense for the 67-yard score. Webb leads it 13-7. Swings it over to Wright, and that's cash as he nails the three, and Eagles up big 55-39. Now Wright on the break, and it's up, and away for him as he slams it home for the dunk, and Eagles lead 61-42 in the fourth. Well, Christmas is right around the corner, and the Kansas City Chiefs are looking to get back into the win column, while their receivers are looking to get off Santa's naughty list. After claiming their third consecutive district title on Friday with the win over Mount Vernon, the Seneca Indians are now into the quarterfinals round of Class 3, where they're no stranger to big playoff games. Tournament championship games from around the 4 states, we got it all. Like Bow Wow says, they're playing basketball. We love that basketball. And down in Frisco, Nevada's Talon Chandler is set to compete in the biggest high school football all-star game as part of the U.S. Army Bowl. As Elvis Presley proudly said, "Viva Las Vegas." The Pitt State Gorilla men's basketball team will be participating in an early season Division II tournament in December, which will be in, you guessed it, Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps. Chiefs, Bills, Mahomes versus Allens, Swifties versus Bills Mafia. This game has it all. There's always bad blood between these two, but we're going to shake it off because this game was like being in your wildest dreams. And Pitt State improves to 6-4 on the season, and I think I could say, unlike some people who lose in Las Vegas, Pitt State wins in Las Vegas.
Good for them. I mean, not everybody loses in Las Vegas, evidently.
Apparently not. The Gorillas sure don't. They have now punched their ticket into the Division II NCAA tournament. March is here, and Gorilla Nation has already started the madness. We saw fans outside tailgating, getting ready for the game. How awesome is it to have that support and fan engagement?
It's amazing. You know, we were walking by. I was doing the gorilla walk a little early.
Never back down, never what? Never give up. The Lamar Tigers did just that after overcoming an early 21-0 deficit. You know what they say, the early bird gets the worm, and that means football is back. Our teams in the 4 states have begun their fall practices in preparation for the 2023 season.
Used to the pressure that comes with this.
It is. What helps is that they bring back their All-American tight end in Devon Garrison. They bring back their starting quarterback, their starting wideout, and most of their defense. So the hype is real. People certainly believe so, as they were preseason pick #1 in the media and the coaches poll. But to Coach Wright, it's all about knowing their situation and knowing their expectations so they can go accomplish what they hope to this season. Vamos a España. The Pitt State women's basketball team has loaded up and embarked on their 10-day international trip to Spain that departed early Monday morning. There's high expectations, there's excitement, so I guess the only thing left to say is mount up, Mountaineer fans, because these boys are ready to go out and have a special year this season. Friday started out like any normal track meet at the Gorilla Indoor Classic, but one Pitt State Gorilla broke the all-time Division II record in the men's 60-meter hurdles race.